No, we're just kidding. It was awful.
Was it?
Geralt,
Guys,
what
it's
is this?
Geralt versus BlueCheese, the second semi-final of today. It's going to be Interloper LE for the first match of the series. We're jumping into it right now. Casters, take it away. Do your thing.
Thank you very much, Frank. So, Mike, you can do the Terran.
I can do the
Yeah, you can do the Terran.
I can do the inferior race.
Do the Terran. Yeah.
In the top left corner of Interloper, the beautiful, I guess it's beaches of Interloper. He likes a cheese, and he's blue. It's BlueCheese.
Nice.
I don't know if he actually does, but he is gonna proxy, it seems. So yeah,
Right,
oh my
so
god,
in
I
the
was
bottom
right on the
right
money.
corner. Shut up, Mark. In the bottom right corner of Interloper, the Red Protoss playing for Prophecy Esports, Mark. It is Geralt.
Geralt. So,
Are you impressed I knew the team name?
no, you probably just looked it up. And actually,
Shut up.
never mind. It's in the logo. Good job, Bart.
Right, so we have the standard TVP opening by the Terran.
Yeah. Standard
Yeah, supply depot into barracks.
into double gas.
Yeah, into double gas.
Wait,
Okay.
if he's taking double gas, he must be proxying more than the barracks. I don't know why he's placing the barracks across the map as well. It seems kind of. I mean, this might just be too meta for me, but like, he might. It seems like he's gonna make a factory as well, right?
Yeah, but it's probably gonna be Cyclone, isn't it? Isn't that what you do in TVP? Because against
yeah.
Zerg, you would probably just make like Reapers or something.
Yeah,
but oh no, he's going back with this.
Yeah, which is really interesting because he's mining 2
What do
gas,
you need?
or 6 gas rather, from 6 SCVs anyway.
Yeah, 6 is.
Really? Are we gonna get a natural now? I'm not even sure. I'm really confused at this point because it might just be to knock his opponent a little bit off guard, right? It could definitely do.
I don't think you make 2 gas to, confuse your opponent.
But just the barracks in that position, right? I don't.
Yeah, okay. But like, if you put your barracks in that position, does that mean you're going mech? If you only make Reapers?
Yeah, that could definitely mean that, but I'm not sure if mech how viable it really is for Sparta. Last time I checked, it's not that viable anymore. 2 pros actually go down, so yeah, that's a nice call, Frank. I might get the third. I'm not sure. I think we'd lose it if he took the third. But
Some Pion micro.
there's some really good mech. Well,
A
not
second
beyond.
Reaper is now popping out though, so he'll be able to accomplish a bit more of that. You can at least get the scouting probe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He will. That's a third.
Yeah, okay,
But now what
depth
did
is
that?
out, so
I think we'll. No. Wow.
no,
Actually,
it's
make
1
it
out of 5. 1 out of 5. Adepts are like Exodia, if you have 5 of them, you win the game.
Yep.
You play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? You know Exodia?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yu-Gi-Oh is the bomb. But I want to correct you actually because I want to rustle some Jimmys in chat. You said Björn Micro, but Björn actually didn't make it to BlizzCon, so that's not correct.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. I mean, Terran's a pretty bad race right now. So,
Well, I mean, anyways, that's not.
anyway,
so, so a second cyclone is actually coming out here, as well as a Liberator. I think BlueCheese really wants to put the emphasis on just forcing his opponent back, doing damage. Next is only now coming down for Geralt, so he was definitely playing safe, which could definitely play in his advantage, because BlueCheese a lot more to work with. Now, this Rock Tower seems to be wanting to go down, but actually this cyclone might put a little bit of pressure there, so that the rock doesn't actually go down. For the second cyclone to also arrive,
Wow.
with the Liberator, this could be interesting.
definitely. The overcharge will shut this down, but with 2 cyclones and the Liberator, this could be very, very dangerous here for Geralt.
But I feel like I've seen this Terran push a bunch of times before. This isn't like a very special build, is it?
Generally, you proxy this, right? Well, you don't have to, but it's something that this proxy is often proxied. And actually, again, this is what Jorks did to win a lot of games last WEC.
Yeah, it's typical disgusting Terran gameplay. Zerg
Yeah.
would never do something like this.
You were gonna analyze it. I'm analyzing for you. What the hell am I doing?
I mean, you actually play the game.
Well,
I'm
not
just
this
asking you
race.
stupid questions.
Anyway, so what do you think is going on in this game right
Well,
now?
I think it's kind of interesting because I thought he was going to push at the Protoss' front with a Liberator. But it seems like he's going to harass his mineral line in the main while he's pulling back his 3 cyclones. Okay.
No, he's not. He's moving them around, but the rocks were
Okay.
killed, so I don't
Oh,
think
the
he
rocks were
really.
killed, okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna try to pull the attention, I think, to the cyclones, and then do a lot of damage with the Liberator. That's his idea, I think. Look, the Liberator is now moving in. There's 2 stalkers there, though. That could definitely shut this down if it's not positioned right.
Oh, they're moving away.
That's him. Then the cyclones. Oh,
Oh,
right now, Geralt dealing with this.
I don't
crazy
really
power.
like this Liberator positioning.
2 probes going down. And actually, all these cyclones catch 2 stalkers so far. I don't think Geralt was intending to do that. Losing 2 pretty much for free. All these cyclones are high health. And there's another cyclone on the way. There's 4 cyclones versus 2 sentries, 2 stalkers, and a zealot. And an Immortal.
Immortal. Oh, these force fields, such a waste.
Those were some interesting
Such a
force.
waste.
Yeah, those forces really didn't do anything. A little bit preemptive there, I think. NGB coming down for BlueCheese. So he definitely wants to transition, I think.
Cloak
So-
Banshee coming over.
As well.
Maybe
He's
if
still
he...
do more damage, man.
What if he scans the observer and then Cloak Banshee can do damage? Nah, it's too advanced.
Wait, why would you say that?
Look at the 2 immortals chasing the 4.
Oh, he's gonna lose that one. I think he just offered it up. It was
He
a
offered it.
blood
It
for the
was an
blood
offer
god,
to the
right?
gods. Okay.
Yeah, blood for the blood god.
Yeah.
So yeah, Stim is now being researched for Marines, so he definitely does not want to go into mech, which we kind of thought he was gonna do earlier. But these 4 stalkers here have got a grip on this Banshee situation.
Who do you think is ahead right now, Mark?
I would say it's actually pretty even. I don't think any player is really ahead far enough to be able to do anything significant. BlueCheese definitely has a little bit of an advantage concerning like how much damage potential he can do because he has the 2 Banshees and stuff like that. But he doesn't have that scary of an army. He only has a bunch of Marines without Stim and only 1 siege tank at home. So yeah, it's kind of even. What do you think?
Kind of like where the Terran is, I think. Because
You like the Terran?
he has a pretty sizable army and he has like the tools to take a good engagement. He's
Yeah.
getting Stim now, which is almost finished.
Well, this 3rd, depending on if it can actually get cancelled, that could be a pretty big deal for BlueCheese as well. Well, for both players, I suppose, but...
Yeah.
Mm.
He should probably... Yeah, okay. He has
Optimus-
Stim, but he has no medevacs. So that seems... interesting.
Optimus in the chat. Yes, everyone
Yeah.
goes double cycle of 1, but is that way you avoid auto losing the game past 9 minutes?
Well, actually, the Terran stream I watch the most is Optimus, and he does some funky stuff now. and then.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
No,
then
actually,
again,
we
he
have
plays mech a lot, so
Yeah, he does. He likes to make the mech happen. Anyway, we do see siege with siege tanks with obviously them sieging up here. We have 3 cyclones as well as a bunch of Stim Marines. Actually, going to completely cancel his 3rd right away.
look
And,
at the War Prism in the Terran's main though.
Oh, that could be pretty painful as well if he
Oh,
doesn't pay attention. But at the same time, he's pushing through. Like, if the Protoss player just doesn't defend well here, it could be over, regardless of any harassment. 2 siege tanks now sieging up. Immortals Core is actually being zoned out of these pylons right now. Both Immortals seem to be going down, and I don't think... he might behold just...
Nah, the Immortal on the high ground's doing so much work though. Oh, he can't reach that. No, he can't reach it.
And BlueCheese killing the War Prism as well. He's in a phenomenal position because he's making a 3rd. And yes, this is probably getting cleaned up, but at what cost here for the Protoss player? Like, there's still a Banshee actually going down on these Zealots. 18.
What cost?
The Banshee's
No
doing what?
anti-air.
No.
anti-air. I mean,
That was-
you can have 2 observers, but if you can't hit air, then you know.
well, I guess morphing in 5 Stalkers does fix the issue.
Yeah.
Right.
I told you I like the Terran's position, Mark. Come on.
You're right. You are the expert. Well, you are the analyst.
I am the analyst.
So Bluch is actually going to go for a second push now. 2 siege tanks again, a bunch of Marines, and actually, is he even? Yeah, he's researching combat shield now. So he's not one of those Terran players that magically forgets there's a shield to be researched for the Marines, which I still do not understand. How can you forget that? It looks so like really different. It's so weird to me.
Don't you ever forget like roach speed, Mark?
Yeah, but roaches with speed don't look different.
Sure.
It's not like Oracle, like they're like faster than the speed of light. Like, like, yeah. Like it's. And actually, I never do forget roach speed. That's something I never do forget.
Because you never make roaches?
I never make speed. Oh no!
Ay,
So
this
prepare him.
engagement though?
But I don't think it's kind of good.
Ooh.
Big there.
Yeah, this is extremely good. He still has 4 med effects too.
Oh,
Feels bad.
Oh.
Okay.
That is it.
Annihilated.
yeah, that's when Terran just kills you.
Yeah, that
It
is.
didn't feel like the Cyclones at the start of the game did much though, and he still won pretty convincingly.
I feel like, well, the thing is, like, he was not committed at all. I think the Terran player, but he still did a little bit of damage here and there. Got a couple kills with the Liberator, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Just little bits, little chunks of damage, everywhere, and that in the end added up to him being ahead. Then that first engagement put him far ahead. Second engagement made him just straight out win the game because it's just not enough stuff here for the pros player, right? That's what the amateur analyst would say, but I don't know. I'm not a senior analyst like this.
No, it was alright, Mark. Your analysis.
Oh, it was all right. Yeah, you
Yeah.
approve.
I approve.
Great.
Okay, so what's our next game? Oh, this was the first game, was it?
That was the first game, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go into the second game. So I don't know what map it is. It's loser pick, so I don't think any of us know at this moment. But
I don't even know what map you would pick as Protoss against Terran. What's like a good map?
honestly, hard to say. I think what's in general, what you want to do as a Protoss player is do the same thing as what you want to do as a Zerg player versus Protoss. Versus Terran.
I think it may be Ascension to Ire that you would pick.
Okay, yeah. Ascension to Ire seems like... Well, Ascension to Ire is still a standard enough map, but it is obviously wide open, and it is decent for Protoss, I would say. And actually, Ascension to Ire is the map that we are...
Whoa, called it.
Yeah.
Call it, or are we already in the lobby?
I was in the lobby.
Frank's taking over the analysis, I think.
I was in the lobby.
Oh, okay.
Got schooled, boy. Svetsny.
I mean, Frank is the Protoss player.
He is. Yeah, can Frank actually do some analysis here?
He almost beat Marsman, so you know.
I killed his Nexus, guys. That's
If you kill Marsman's Nexus, you instantly become.
I never killed his Nexus.
Yeah. I've never killed Marsman's Nexus, I don't think.
He's killed my bases, though.
I think he may have gone easy on me though. He was
Eh.
like, "Hey Frank,
Nah.
are we gonna play?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm in the bracket. Let's do this." And he's like, "Yeah, okay."
I mean that could be a strategical move because he knows you own the DSCL.
Yeah. He can't beat you too hard.
It's like I ban him from the DSCL because he beat me. I don't think that's gonna happen.
You never know.
You never know.
You can go full Rifkin and.
Left corner of Ascension. Let's skip that topic. Ascension to Ire. Playing for Prophecy. It's Geralt. Aren't you impressed I knew that name?
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm impressed you can read, man. Oh yeah, okay. In the bottom right corner, we have the Red Terran player making a supply depot. It is BlueCheese.
I can't believe BlueCheese isn't on the team. That might be. He might actually be on the team, but not. Oh, I just googled BlueCheese and I got Blue. I actually just clicked that on the article. So it seems okay. So Wikipedia said he was playing for HTT Hakuga team. I don't even know how to pronounce it anymore. I played against them a lot on ladder, but I think they're not like in a big team. It was
HTT, right? We played against them in some clan wars.
So I'm not sure if they still have him or if he just isn't in their team with this account, right? That's very possible.
Doesn't exist anymore.
No, they still do exist. I still play them against them.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, probe not going to be annoying at this. That's just going to be a little bit annoying for our team player. That must be like the most infuriating thing ever.
Yeah.
It's already annoying when they try when they try to mess up your mineral line as a Zerg player, right? Like with the probe. But this is so much more annoying, I feel.
Alright.
So yeah.
Ask some funny questions. Let's go, Tastosis.
Well, you're tasteless, obviously, so you gotta start.
Okay, so I make the jokes and then you laugh like a maniac.
Yeah. And I say banelings.
Bailing.
That's so many banelings.
Right, Mark, let's think of a funny would you rather question.
Oh, no. Actually, something I would like to add before we do that. We see a triple Rax coming out of BlueCheese. I don't think that's the most standard build ever.
It depends on what you would call standard, you know.
Can you analyze that for me, please?
Well, yes, 3 barracks, which means he will be producing Marines at 3 times the rate you would from 1
Well,
barracks.
maybe more or less, because might not put a reactor on all of them.
Well, sure. I mean, from 1 reactorless barracks.
I have a question you guys can discuss. So this is something for my area of expertise. Would you say that Marines are real?
Like mirrors are real?
Do Marines exist? Like, for example, your desk exists?
Like, how can Marines be real if our eyes aren't real?
Yeah, well, it was... Okay, yeah, now you're veering off into more of a continental style philosophy.
Okay. Okay. Are you
He's
calling
really
Jason
high.
Smith continental?
No, but like, well, like,
I mean,
compared to what?
yeah.
So,
I
compared
mean,
to
they're just a bunch of zeros and ones, I guess. So, are they real?
Are they
I don't
zeros
know.
and ones? Yeah, okay. So Marines are zeros and ones like tables are wood molecules or something? It's tough questions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's a good question.
too big brain gaming for me.
Big brain gaming.
Yes.
Is Arnovich's clan called Big Game or
No,
Small?
it's small brain gaming.
Small Brain Gaming, okay.
It has an interesting logo too. You should look at it at some point.
Okay.
So Stalky coming down here for Geralt, as is a Twilight Council and some extra gates. Now I'm not too surprised by the extra gates, but the Twilight Council does indicate what kind of style he wants to be playing. It seems to be he wants to be playing Oracle into probably Phoenix Adept, right? Which is still very much viable. This is a lot more. This was a lot more, I guess, viable, a lot more popularized during May. And actually,
5 kills.
Nice
Six,
juking with the Oracle.
Six kills?
and 2
This-
Marines?
this is what happened. Oh my god.
Aye.
8, 9, 10.
What is this Oracle?
It doesn't have any energy anymore. Okay.
What's this game?
This is what happened.
kills.
And he has a second Oracle.
My god!
But that was still very much worth it.
Yeah, it was still very much worth it.
So BlueCheese is now getting this stirred up as well, right? So that's good for him, but he is still making Marine. So that's kind of the drawback you have from making so many barracks. You can't really chase anything down. You don't have a Viking, you don't have a Raven, you don't have Cyclones, you don't have anything to do with this aside from turrets and hoping your opponent doesn't act. But actually, that's what's happening right now. The Oracle almost down, but it does escape because it is a Ferrari.
This one Rambo Marine's going for a walk. Come out of here, boys.
Just the rebel. I don't
Let's
got
go.
this.
Let's go. I got this.
Well,
Half
okay,
HP.
Do
Can't
Marines
believe we're
just-
being sent into the wastelands.
Half HP. Let's go.
So I don't know if you know anything about StarCraft lore, guys, but pretty much all Terran bio units are held hostage, right?
What?
They're lobotomized, and
What?
yeah, no, they are because they're all criminals.
sodomized?
Yeah, no, lobotomized, like their
Oh,
brain
okay.
is.
Yeah.
And that's because they're all like criminals of the highest degree, and they're like to keep them in order. That's what they do.
Right, but they fight for their homeland even though they're like criminals.
So they're indoctrinated, or
in a way.
lobotomized into. I
Lobotom-
didn't know about the
It's like a
lobotomization part.
Thor.
That's hard mode indoctrination.
Uh-huh.
But what about like a battle cruiser? Is that like a criminal? And
No,
just
I don't
a
think
giant spaceship.
I know what about bio units, and I don't think all units are lobotomized. Oh my lord, that is so annoying. That might be
That's
even
this war, though.
more annoying than what we just had happen.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know that was
'cause if you-
possible.
Yeah, because if you trigger it, you still can't put down your command center.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
Nice
okay.
one.
Yeah.
So you had to land the command center to scan.
Still
Cool.
costs to scan, yeah. I mean, that's still pretty painful. Robo Facility now coming out for Geralt, and his third base is pretty well saturated. So, yeah, no, but lobotomization only happens to some units. I'm not sure if it happens to all, but it definitely happens to Ghosts and Reapers, I think. I'm not sure if it happens to Marines. But every bio unit is a felon. That's the idea.
Because who
Okay,
else
okay.
would go into battle, right?
So our
No one's crazy enough.
wait, what are they called? Are Hellbats bio units?
Yeah, they are. Well,
Right.
they count as bio units, but I'm not sure if they count as like being lobotomized.
Are they like
They're-
arsonists?
Yeah, they're arsonists. Yeah.
Whoa. I've not. I have to admit, I've not played a single campaign mission.
It's
Wait,
not,
wait.
not in the campaign.
No,
I
I was
read
gonna
it
say,
recently.
this is
Oh,
not
yeah.
stuff you learned from the campaign. How did
Oh,
you learn
okay.
this, Mart? Tell us.
I think it's on. I think you learn about it in the books, but it's on the Wikipedia page. So.
Ah, okay.
There are a lot of StarCraft books actually. I guess. Oh, that's Dim Marine. Actually, almost gets the Oracle, but in the end. But Marines are here waiting for the Adepts though. Not doing more than 7 SCVs, which is still a significant amount, but not. Fourth coming down for Geralt. I mean, he's setting up for a pretty nice mid to late game here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Is
like
he?
a lot of extra information is from the books, guys. So I don't read them, but I do read the Wikipedia page.
What would you go into now if you're a Protoss player, Mart? Do you just make more adepts, or what do you do?
In this case, yeah, because I think this style is kind of snowbally, right? Like Lingbane Hydra. You want to make Phoenix Adept. You just want to make lots of it.
Yeah.
In general, I think Colossus have been getting into fashion a little bit as well. So, but that's obviously not for this situation. We might see that later because we do see a robotics by actually finishing up. So, actually, it might just be like, actually, just saying the truth. Is that Colossus?
Yes.
Oh my God, I am a god at this.
Oh yeah, he's 75, 76 probes, 77. He's still
That's-
making probes?
Yeah, that is a lot of probes. I'm not sure if he realized that. And actually, this fourth could get cancelled right away. Pretty greedy
Yeah,
anyway.
he's
To
getting
take
cancelled.
a lot of Phoenixes though. Gonna get one
yeah.
more.
I can't really get close, there's way too many Marines.
So far, not a single Phoenix has gone down. So that's good for Geralt. You definitely want to keep that Phoenix count high for Widow Mines, specifically. Because Widow Mines are the ones that actually shred at the Adepts. Like, big time, right?
Yeah. And he has 2 right now, so.
So he doesn't have that many doesn't have that many Widow Mines, so I'm not sure if he wants to just actually have a massive bio army and just keep splitting his opponent up, right? Trying to invoke the A-move syndrome. But I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. More Adepts are now moving across the map here from Geralt. Both players are
Is
just
there
having
an army though? Where are the Phoenixes? Okay, they're in place.
Yeah, they are in place.
Still though, it's really.
There's a lot of
hard to
Marines.
Protoss.
Yeah, he
It's
cannot
really
engage
hard
that
to-
with Phoenixes.
If he had those 6 adepts, it would have been so much better for him.
These Colossi don't have range either yet. They're kind of vulnerable, but these... Oh, two
it's going
Widow
into
Mines
the
actually
main?
unloaded into the main. At the same time, just dropping the third is doing a lot of damage as well. And these Adepts, the 6 Adepts that he sent off are not doing anything. This is planetary fourth there for BlueCheese. So BlueCheese is in a phenomenal position, actually, I would like to say. Like, look at the supply. I mean, look at the base count. Look at everything. He's
The
doing
supply?
a phenomenal job. Look at the supply.
Yeah, and he's just multi-pronging him. Yeah.
Third actually completely went down, unpowering the robotics by killing the robotics facility. Now going into the natural. He's still in the main. Phoenixes are finally cleaning this up, but at what cost? 21 probes have gone down. This is a pretty big deal.
No, he's on 81 SCVs and he's attacking him in 2 positions and defending so well at home.
Massive.
Massive.
Massive. Massive.
Absolutely massive.
There's some UK guys, like, cringing so hard. It's unbelievable.
Get risky in the chat or
They
something.
might not be able to go to the toilet for the next couple of days.
They're clenching too hard.
They got constipated. Can't believe
God.
you've done
So yeah,
this.
we do have Colossus count is definitely working in his favor right now, but there are so many Vikings being created here for BlueCheese. He's definitely caught on to that. And oh no, the Phoenix just ran into a big ball of bio and losing a couple more. So far, how many Phoenix has he lost? 4. That's
I
a pretty big
mean,
deal.
what has the Phoenixes really done though this game? Nothing.
Because there's no Widow Mines.
Yeah.
And he only started producing them. Well, after he's already killed a couple. So I definitely really like that. For BlueCheese
This
here.
kinda seems like an A-move scenario, I don't know.
He is maxed and up. I mean, yeah, army supply is pretty much doubling. Geralt needs to have amazing force fields, amazing lift off, everything. But
If you get some decent Widowmine hits, it's yeah, okay. Oh, the Disruptor though? The Hero Disruptor?
Gonna get a lot of Widow Mines for sure, but it's concerning for later. There's 2 Colossi doing a lot of damage in the back, but I think they're gonna get sniped soon. More Vikings are arriving now. Bio is very low, and actually Colossi doing a lot of damage, but this might be too much.
It might be too much.
This is the beginning of the end here.
It's the end of the end, as a wise man once said.
Now it's the end.
It's a GW.
GG, and congratulations to BlueCheese because he's the second player tonight, after Terentius, to qualify for the DSCL Open. We've got players numbers 6 and 7 lined up right now. Number 8's coming up in the next match because that's going to be Eon Blue versus Geralt.
Absolutely.